All right, well, I'm excited for some football around here.
Yeah, especially because that kind of gives us a mood of like the season that we're in, tailgate season.
Tis the season, you know what I mean? I'm loving it right now, and we have some great weather, at least for this evening. Things take a bit of a change, like a hard 180 as we go through the next couple of days, though. But you'll see what's happening outside. Plenty of sunshine. We have our first alert weather headlines, increasing clouds for tomorrow, even some areas of drizzle. So it will look drastically different as we go through tomorrow morning, at least for much of the first half of the day tomorrow than it does today. Then a few showers for part of the weekend, Saturday night into early Sunday morning, and then we have a high threat of rip currents as we go through the weekend at the beach. Look at the temperatures. Most of us are in the 70s, low 70s in Boston and Marshfield there, 76 degrees in Bedford and 79 in Nashua. We look at the temperature forecast and mostly clear skies for this evening and tonight. Temperatures into the mid-60s by 9. Those numbers will be falling into the low 60s and some upper 50s farther inland. But you're going to notice a lot of clouds with those icons for much of the morning, even toward the noon hour tomorrow. We're tracking this northeast wind here, an onshore flow that will bring the clouds and an opportunity for some fog as well. And that will likely be the rule at the bus stop tomorrow morning through at least lunchtime. You'll notice the mostly cloudy skies. We might even see a few more clouds lingering over Boston, especially into the early afternoon, and temperatures into the low 70s. Now, high pressure is still doing its job, but it will start to move more to the north and east and allow for a few changes to happen. And this is one of those changes. Now, you're looking at some circulation here in the Atlantic Ocean. This has at least a 30% chance of some subtropical or tropical development in the next couple of days. It's not going to directly impact our area, but what it will do, it's going to give us that onshore flow for tomorrow and then keep things a little unsettled as we move into the next couple of days. So as we look at the forecast here, we're going to be watching this very closely for some showers, but not a complete weekend washout. So there goes the area of low pressure. This is for the rest of this afternoon and evening. It's churns well to our south, but you're going to notice a lot more clouds pushing through, and that's just a little byproduct of that area of low pressure drifting to the north and spinning. So tomorrow we'll have this onshore flow, some fog around some areas of drizzle, but the main rain from that moves away from us. So that's good news. But that churn will cause a threat at the ocean there with the threat of some rip currents. Here goes Saturday, and the weekend forecast has really improved a lot. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, rain's starting to move in western Mass. It moves towards central Mass toward about 6, 7 o'clock Saturday evening. And then you'll notice this line of showers and a couple of isolated storms getting a bit closer to Boston. That's toward about 8:30, 9 o'clock Saturday night. Rain's still pushing through into the overnight. Some lingering showers very early in the day for Sunday, and just like that, by 7 o'clock Sunday morning, we're back in the sunshine. So this is going to be somewhat of a quick moving system, but it could still at least produce at least, I would say, about a quarter to a half an inch of rain. But let me talk about that churn there. You'll see what's happening with the tropics. There's a lot of activity out there, but this is the one that we kind of keeping an eye on, that 30% chance, and because of that churn in the ocean, that's going to create a high surf and high rip risk for us. So we need to be extra careful, but that risk will lower by the time we go into our Sunday. There's a 10-day forecast. I'm alerting you to more sunshine on the other half of the weekend, okay? So this weekend, PM showers, late afternoon, evening showers Saturday, an early shower, especially along the coast, is possible Sunday morning. Temperatures at 72. Temperatures will be climbing up to near 80 degrees by next Thursday and Friday.